What did you do to these pictures? There's no Eileen. Where's Eileen? I can remember everything about her. I remember her telling us that we could talk to God if we believed in him. Do you remember?
There's no Eileen. Forget about her. It doesn't matter.
What's going on? What's going on?
Tell him I want you to sit down.
I'm gonna go find Eileen.
No, you're gonna stay here. Tom, you're gonna sit down right now. Sit there. Sit. Look, this is our father's chair. This is Dad's chair. You remember that? I mean, Tom, it's gonna take a while for you to get it all together after your head injury, but the important thing is you're still alive. And you're here with me. That means there's still time.
What is that? How did you do that?
It's just the beginning.
Hey! Oh. Why can't you just tell me what's going on?
This is just a taste. A taste of the wonderful powers that are sleeping inside all of us.
What powers?
Genesis 11:6. Once the people are one, nothing will be impossible.
What does that mean?
Here, just put them on. And everything will make sense. You'll see the world in a whole new light.
I said I don't want to.
All right. We got a big problem here.
Don't you think you're taking this a little far?
No, not in this world. You don't realize what's at stake here.
I think it's time someone shared it with me.
It's the only way you're gonna find out the truth.
And you know the truth?
Yeah, I do.
Then why don't you save us some time and tell me what the truth really is?
Because I think you should hear it from the true Messiah.
Is that who you think is in there?
Yes, in person.
Did he give you this helmet?
And a whole lot more.
What about the 3 6s you got? Didn't that raise a red flag for you? What are these for?
The war on hatred. I got enough firepower in there to blow up every church in the city.
Think about what's going on here. You have 3 6s burned right into your hand. You're holding a loaded gun at me. You can't remember who Eileen is. I'm the one with the brain injury, but I'm beginning to think the rest of the world is insane.
No.
Yes.
No, the rest of the world just woke up. And Lucifer has come. Lucifer, the only one who had the real interests of mankind at heart. He's come to show us the path to enlightenment.
Do you know you're talking about Satan? The devil? Bad guy?
No, he's not the bad guy, not even close. Lucifer is an angel who figured out God's secret, you see? We can all achieve godhood. But obviously God didn't want that to happen. So when Lucifer found out, God just threw him right out of heaven.
That's not what the Bible says.
Actually, that's exactly what it says. Maybe if you'd read it, you'd be able to make the right decision. Put it on.
Okay. It's your decision.
Don't go.
Do you remember the commandment? Thou shalt not kill? Eileen used to tell us that. You're shaking. I feel bad for you. Okay. I'll put on the helmet for you. Just pick it up for me.
It's time for some real faith now. Don't you agree, Miss Atlanta? This should be easy for you, shouldn't it? This God of yours, where is he now? I'll tell you. He's off and running with his tail between his legs like the coward that he is. And perhaps, more importantly, he's doing absolutely nothing to help you.
I'm in. find you, Tom. You found me. And it's not me you should be thanking. It's God.
Thank you.
Eileen, looks like God did protect your tree. Wait. Is anyone there? Can you hear me? Is anyone up there?
I am.
Jason.
Who are you? Tom. You look great. It's great to see you, man.
Scared me.
I didn't think I'd ever see you awake again. When did you wake up?
How did you find me here?
How did I find you? How did you find me? I haven't been here in years. Oh. Guess we have Eileen to thank, huh?
Yeah. Or God. What's happening in the world?
Everything Eileen ever talked about.
Okay, the rapture?
I don't know if it was the rapture. I mean, she disappeared, and millions of other people disappeared. And Tom, it was incredible. I was right there. I mean, you should have seen it. She was there, and she was standing there right next to me 1 second, and then the next, gone. And then all of a sudden, Franco Macaluso, he comes out, and he stands up, and he says he's going to save the whole world. And I believed it, all of it, until I saw what he was doing to those people, that is.
What about Susie? Is she all right?
Susie is okay.
Okay, where is she?
I have no idea.
Well, how do you know she's all right if you don't know where she is?
Well, I saw another one of those uplinks this afternoon.
Uplinks?
Obviously, you have a lot of catching up to do, buddy.
I don't know what an uplink is.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son to spread a web of lies. Prepare for enlightenment, Miss Hannah.
Welcome to your day of wonder, Helen Hannah.
It's not going to work.
Oh, but it is.
Why is it that people can't remember him? Calvin can't even remember Eileen.
I don't know. It's this weird mind thing. It happened to all of them.
Macaluso claims to be Satan.
That's right.
Please don't underestimate me. Tonight, the whole world will be mine. And those that won't come willingly, well, they'll be mine anyway. Because they won't have a choice.
Remember that story I told you about the monkeys washing their bananas?
That was yesterday?
Maybe to you it was like yesterday. That's what he's doing, Tom. I figured it out. That's the big plan. You know, you get enough people to believe your story, and then voila, just like the monkeys, we all believe it too, and we don't have a choice. That's what tonight is all about.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean, this stuff really works, not just on monkeys. What do you think happened to me the night you had your accident?
I remember I thought...
Oh, you thought I was nuts? You thought I was delusional? You thought I was making things up, right? You wanted to put me in a home. Well, they planted thoughts in my brain. Why do you think I carry this for protection, okay? I wanted to kill Eileen, for crying out loud. Tom, listen to me. I had no choice.
You're forgetting something, Satan. One soul with God is a majority. You can unite every mind in the world. You can meditate, you can chant. But when it comes down to it, one soul who believes in God is more powerful than every demon, than every deceived soul. And yes, even more powerful than you.
Revelation 13, and the whole world wondered after me, and they worshipped me, saying, "Who is like unto me?" And it was given unto me to make war on the saints and to conquer them.
So why is Sinai so special? They can change us by thinking about it. Why haven't they converted us already?
Well, that's the whole point. That's what's holding them back. They don't have enough people thinking together, okay? They're not they could spin coins and move pencils. You know what they want? They want the promise from the book of Genesis.
You may have power over our earthly bodies, but you cannot steal our souls. And that's what the real battle is all about. So why fight it when you know you can't win?
You have no idea what the real battle is all about. Everyone who takes my mark will be with me forever, because I want lots and lots of company in that eternal lake of fire.
No, Genesis 11:6, Genesis.
That's the big one for these guys, and I guess for all of us. I mean, even God admits that, right there in black and white. He says if man could just come together, unite as one, then anything we can imagine, we can have.
That's impossible.
So is millions of people vanishing.
Every soul that I win will be a soul that he loses. And to me, that is the greatest victory of all. Do you think that I care about them? They're nothing but meaningless pawns in a game as old as time. You see, I used to sit up there in heaven, right next to him. I was the most glorious angel of them all. I was a bright and shining star. I was a twinkle in God's eye. Then, one day, I made an unpardonable sin. I suddenly realized that I was just like him.
You're nothing like him. God loves the world. He died for his world. You just want the world to die for you. And now you're deceiving people into giving up their eternal souls just to get even with God.
Isn't it great?
Why didn't you put on the goggles? Were you scared?
I was lucky I was scared. When I saw what was happening, all the other people were putting on the goggles. I mean, you saw what happened to Calvin. I mean, this is a confusing world, but there's one thing I know for sure is anybody who puts on those goggles comes out some kind of evil.
You see, already 95% of the world has my mark. Tonight is going to be so much fun. Imagine all these people united by a common thought, believing that they are going to unleash their divine powers. Instead, they're going to be rejecting God. And when they do that, the doors of hell will open wide, and the war against his saints will start until we kill every last one of them.
Do you really think you're in control? Because you're not. That's something you never understood. God gave everyone the freedom to choose their own destiny.
Right. And now's the time for you to choose yours.
I've already chosen mine. I'm going home.
Tom? Oh.
I guess Eileen was right.
What do you mean?
Well, look around, see what's happening. God, Satan, the rapture, the mark of the beast. I remember we used to tell Eileen, If God would just show himself to us, then we would believe.
Yeah. Guess we did.
And we did. Now it's all out in the open. And I'm starting to believe that we asked the wrong question.
What question?
Does God exist? We just assumed that if he existed, that was enough. But that's not enough. We were asking the wrong question. The right questions are, do you believe him? Do you accept him as God?
Well, everybody knows God exists.
Yeah, 95% of the world still don't believe him.
Hello, Calvin.
Forgive me, Messiah. I failed you. I let one get away.
Oh, you failed me, all right, Calvin. But not just me. Not just me. But the whole world. You see, you let the wrong one get away.
I'm telling you, it's too late. Calvin already made up his mind.
He's my brother. I'm
You're
gonna do
wasting
something.
your time.
You wait here.
This is going to be a battle, Calvin. And unless you are willing to win this battle, then you are in the way. And you know what happens to those that stand in our way, don't you, Calvin?
Calvin! Oh, Calvin. Eileen was right. Eileen was right. I wonder, did you beg for mercy?
No.
The haters fell for our trap, sir.
The transmitter?
They stole from the satellite station Font Hill.
Once they realize what they have, they'll have no choice but to try to interfere with our Messiah's message tonight.
And to do that, they're gonna need Susie Canberra.
Is everything set?
It'll pinpoint their exact location, sir.
And if we can get this within 100 miles of where they are, not a single soul will hear a word.
Sir, a communications monitoring network picked up stray transmission coming from your offices. It was a big one, sir, and it appears to have come from Miss Hannah. The boys at the tracking station think it might have been a video clip.
Well, where did the signal go?
They couldn't isolate it exactly, but we do know this. They're somewhere up near Rat Lake.
The cottage.
Well, go.
Looks like we We won't have to wait for that transmission after all. Miss Hannah's done it for us. But I get the pleasure of killing every last one of them.
Hey, there's got to be a way. We're talking about a global broadcast here.
We may never get another chance to reach this many people.
And the way Macalusa's been pumping this thing, I doubt there'll be a soul on Earth not watching.
Okay. We figured out the ground-based relays for the regional stuff. Why can't we? It's only a high-security satellite.
Look, let's not get frustrated here. Let's just keep working on it. I know that we can figure out a way to do this.
Helen's sure convinced there is. She's been talking about it all week.
Shouldn't she be back by now?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. When was the last time we heard from her?
Right before the last uplink.
Well, I hope she gets here soon, because whatever it is she has planned for tonight, I sure don't know what it is.
We can't be late. Guns. Come on. Come on.
It's coming from over there.
Let's go.
There's no point. That satellite is completely locked up. And without the password,
Oh, Susie. Oh, thank God you're alive. We gotta get out of here. Macaluso's guys have found Rat Lake. And they're going from cottage to cottage, shooting anything that moves. I tried to divert them, but what happened?
It's all very touching, but I think you want to shut up now. Move. Well, well, well. If it isn't the rest of Helen Hannah's ugly little web of hatred. So, this is what it's all about for you guys? This little book written by a bunch of ignorant fishermen? Well, folks, the time has come to ask yourselves the really important question. Are you ready to die for it? I mean, you all talk the tough talk, don't you? Denouncing our Messiah every chance you get, telling the world that yours is the only way. Well, let's see how tough you talk now when everything is on the line. Eeny, meeny, miny. How about you? Are you ready to die for God?
I had a hard time understanding God's love until I saw my brother living without it. Then I saw the world without it. And I'm happy to say thank you, God, for giving me another chance. And you can do what you want to do. But the truth is, you're too late.
Fine. How about her? You then.
My brother.
And you. You can leave or you can die.
Oh, no, no.
Jason?
No. I don't blame him. That old book of fairy tales certainly isn't worth dying for now, is it?
Jason, come on.
I can't.
Jason?
I really can't.
Then I suggest you leave before I start shooting.
Jason!
Forgive me, folks. I'm on your side.
What are you doing?
He took the van.
Don't worry, Susie. No one's gonna catch him.
Look, folks, my name is Steve Jones. I'm really sorry to have had to do that to you, but I've got something extremely valuable, and I couldn't take the chance of Macaluso having one of his spies in here.
Go ahead.
I've got a way to communicate directly with the main ONE satellite.
What?
You've got the password?
No, even better. Now, with this thing, we don't need any secret codes or frequencies. Macaluso's in the middle of his address right now. If we can cut in, we can reach the whole world.
Are you sure?
I don't believe it.
I wish all the news were good. Helen Hanna's dead.
What?
How?
I think you'll find all the answers you need on your computer.
Dear friends, I have fought a good fight. I've stayed my course. And I've kept my faith. Please be strong and remember what we're fighting for. God bless. Helen. And there's a video file after it.
What is it?
It's a videotape confession from the big man himself.
Macaluso.
Yeah, that's right. Even as we speak, he's busy telling the whole world what a great guy he is, but thanks to Helen, they're about to see his true colors.
What is that?
It's a transmitter. And that thing can send a signal directly to the ONE satellite.
From the
We've gotta do
satellite station at Font Hill.
Yeah, how did you know?
It's a trap.
Anything? It's nothing down here. Just give me a moment.
They got a jammer. And I don't know where it is, I don't know how it works, but they're expecting us to send a signal. And they have all intentions not to let it get through.
Well, how can we stop them from jamming the signal?
There's gotta be a way.
I'm hoping I have it covered.
Hold it. This is it. All right, get it.
Citizens of the world, our moment has finally arrived. Together, we will unleash the unlimited power of our consciousness. Together, we can rid this world of hatred. Concentrate. Imagine. Awaken. Awaken the powers within.
Is the tape ready, Selma?
All set and ready to go.
What is that?
That is the image of the beast. That's what's waiting for everyone inside those goggles. And that's the tape that Helen gave up her life for.
The image of the beast?
Revelation 13. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Macaluso used to try to infiltrate the resistance with spies who had tiny cameras in their contact lenses. Helen finally put one of those things to good use.
Helen's about to show the world the real Franco Macaluso.
And the truth is very simple. You have the power of God.